Alrighty guys, I am back with another Dokkan battle video. Now, we have some very awesome information this time around. The details for the Super Saiyan 2 physical Kefla EZA are here. And a lot of people, including myself, when we saw the teaser for the new Dokkan Fest Kefla coming up to JP, we called that this physical Super Saiyan 2 Kefla was going to get an EZA during that celebration, or at least had a very high chance of EZAing during that celebration. So here it is. We have her EZA details, so let's take a look at them. Now, really quickly, this is her post-EZA, or pre-EZA rather. Yeah, pre-EZA. And I talked about it a little bit in my video talking about the details possibly for the new Dokkan Fest Kefla coming up. And I said, this unit, you know, she has a lot of potential because she is a nuking unit. She does change key spheres as well, so they could go down the route of the GT Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta and, you know, give her, like, raised defense for one turn, you know, bump up her nuking passive a little bit, and then pretty much the rest would be golden, at least in my opinion. So, because with EZA stats and everything, all of a sudden you've got this crazy sort of package. So let's take a look at her EZA and see how close I was. So there we go. Raises defense infinitely. That's even better, actually. That's way better than raising defense for one turn. She infinitely stacks defense and then still causes immense with the greatly lowering defense, which is pretty much irrelevant. But she is going to become a beast for the longer events, which is great, you know, because having that infinitely raises defense now on Universe 6. Let's take a quick look at Universe 6 here because I actually have it pulled up. I was going to make a different point, but a lot of the Universe 6 units aren't as good as you would want on longer events. I mean, this LR, Kale and Khalifa, they're pretty good in longer events. Tech Khalifa is good in long events. STR Kale is good in long events. But then, you know, you have this Vados, not so good in the longer events, but she's a really good support unit. She has that 50% chance to dodge, but it's not Whis' 70% chance, so a little bit weaker on that front. This Dokkan Fest Kefla, the STR one, the Transforming Kefla, she's not nearly as good in longer events, but we do sort of have this specialist here now for, you know, long events. So you have some variety on Universe 6 in terms of long events, short events. You know, this tech hit, which we will talk about in a second. This is actually why I had this Universe 6 page coming up. But, yeah, she'll be another long event specialist, and she's not only on just Universe 6, but she's on one of the most stacked categories in the game, being Universal Survival Saga, so that's really good. Potara category, 160% the stats instead of 150%. That is very good. She's pretty much going to be the creme de la creme when it comes to Potara leaders, because currently we have this final trump card Vegito, the LR 5th anniversary Vegito, who gives 150% to Potara, which was previously the best in my opinion. But we also have this 3rd anniversary LR Goku and Vegeta into Vegito, who is a Potara lead with 170% to HP and attack, but 130% to defense, which, you know, that's actually a very decent leader skill, right? To have 170% to HP and attack, but only 130% to defense. That is rough nowadays. In the meta currently, having turn 1 defense matters so much, and missing out on 40% defense from the start of the first turn is a big deal. That can be the difference between taking double digits on normals and taking, like, you know, 10, 20,000 on normals for some events. So really, I mean, think about it this way. It's basically, like, if this were to be 170% as well, that would be like having a support unit with plus 40% defense on rotation or something. So it's a big deal. And now Kefla with 160% to all three, very strong leader. So pretty soon Potara can become one of the best categories in the game. It's looking like it that way, at least. So taking a look at our passive skill here. She changes into physical key spheres, yes. This is a very powerful ability, but it's nowhere near the league of like the GT Super Saiyans, where they can change random key spheres to rainbow. But still, changing into physical is huge, and it helps her so much. As you can see when we go down the passive a little bit more. Attacking defense plus 20% per key sphere obtained instead of 12%, right? Plus 12, yeah, so another plus 8% attacking defense per key sphere obtained. That's a big deal, boosting her nuking passive like that, because she now will have EZA stats and infinitely raising defense on super. So she's just going to hit harder and have better defense pre-super attack. So getting more key spheres with her is highly beneficial, allowing you to potentially put her in slot 1 immediately instead of having her build up 3 or 4 super attacks to get her to a, good tanking sort of role within the team. She also has that 30% the chance to dodge still, it looks like. Medium chance to evade enemies' attack, including super attack, 30%. They did not touch that. That's not... It would have been nice to have it be a high chance or a 50% chance, but that might have been a little too broken, considering she already infinitely stacks defense and she's a nuker, which means that her damage will be wild, her defense will be great in just a few turns, and then giving her a 50% chance to dodge might be a little too much icing on the cake. That would be for a piggy who has a sweet tooth, I guess. But still, that's a very good, her having a chance to dodge. Launches an additional attack with a high chance to become a super attack. Looks like that is unchanged as well. A high chance, yep, 50% chance. So that additional attack has a 50% chance of being a super attack, in which case she does have that additional attack already built into her passive, basically. So her being a physical type unit and her with that additional attack in her passive, go crit on her, basically. That's just great. She's screaming for crit at this point. And plus an additional attack plus 60% when attacking with 6 or more physical key spheres obtained, which is very nice because she does change her own key spheres into physical key spheres. It's very RNG based, how many ink key spheres appear at the start of a turn. And you can always try to group up physical key spheres in preparation for her rotation to come in. So this shouldn't be too hard to sort of fulfill, but don't expect this all the time. And it's only a plus 60% attack with 6 or more physical key spheres obtained. So it's not the biggest deal. I can see a bunch of times where I would just not even give her a ton of physical key spheres for the fact that I want my other units to get their super attacks off, and, she doesn't need to get 6 or more. Obviously, you're incentivized not only because of this part of her passive, but because of the attacking defense plus 20% per key sphere obtained. So you have a lot of incentive to grab a ton of key spheres, but you don't have to grab 6 just for this part of her passive. But obviously, again, getting more is always going to be better for her because she's a nuker unit. So you have flexibility with her, though. Because of the fact that she raises defense, give her 2 or 3 super attacks, or hell, give her 1 or 2 turns. She can get up to 3 super attacks in a turn with this chance in her passive of launching additional super. Then the additional attack from her hidden potential system, possibly. You could see up to 3 super attacks in a turn, which would be 3 defense raises on top of the 20% defense per key sphere obtained. Plus 30% chance to dodge. She is I don't want to say busted, because I absolutely hate that every single sort of, Dokkan tuber, people on the social media, they always just throw the word busted around like it means nothing. It means nothing to me anymore, basically. But she has the opportunity to become an absolute chungus mama. Big mommy milker, Ooh, mwah, mwah, mommy milker. But she has potential to become an absolute unit, and it's very good because she is on quite a few categories with quite a few good link skills, rather, not leader skills. Super Saiyan, Battlefield Diva, Fused Fighter, Power Bestowed by God, Warriors of Universe 6, Tournament of Power, Shattering the Limit. She'll obviously link very well with Kefla units, Universe 6 female units is what I'm trying to say, because of Battlefield Diva. Universal Survival Saga units because of Tournament of Power, Super Saiyans, so she's got a lot of good sort of places to go with her links But her categories, you know, she doesn't have the most, but she is on quite a few good ones. You know, Peppy Gals, fantastic. One of the sleeper sort of categories who are like 1 or 2 busted units away from becoming a top tier team. It's just sad that the fact that we don't have like a Peppy Gals Legendary Goku event, Legendary Vegeta event, GT Legendary Goku event sort of mission yet for Peppy Gals. Universal Survival Saga, you guys know, one of the best categories in the game, will always get buffed. Potara, again, one of the better categories, and with her becoming the leader, they're a couple of units away from becoming a top tier category. Full Power, you know, could really use the help, and this will help. Universe 6, again, could really use the help. Super Saiyan 2, I don't believe this has a mission for any of the new Legendary events. At least on JP. I mean, there's the Legendary Vegeta event and the GT Legendary Goku event. There's no real Super Saiyan 2 missions. So I guess Extreme Super Battle Road, this would be sort of a really good unit to put in there, because you don't just need to rely on her raises defense. She will be so versatile because she raises defense, fantastic for the long events, and yet a nuker grabbing a whole bunch of key orbs with a 30% chance to dodge turn 1, you know, she can potentially have a ton of defense turn 1. And she's already out the gates swinging with very good defense, which in a couple of turns after her first appearance, she's going to be swinging with absolute stonewall defense. So, yes, this is what I like to see. Because again, she's getting EZA stats. Let's look at her EZA stats, because most people will have her rainbowed, right? Or at least a 3 dupe, you know, sort of a deal. 16.5k HP, pretty decent. Almost 17k attack, that's pretty good. And 10k, that's pretty good defense, 10k defense. Starting from, what, 4,000? Or I guess 7,000? Or where are we starting here? From level 1 defense, right? 4,465. Well, yeah, you're getting a lot of defense. A lot of defense when you're rainbowed. Like, that's very good. Most people will have her at least two dupes, which is all you really need, right? So, overall, very impressive stuff. And Universe 6, some people were hoping for the tech hit EZA, but this tech hit is far from getting his EZA. You know, they didn't EZA units like Tech Super Saiyan Blue, Vegito, and STR Rose yet. So, we have a way to go, although this tech hit really could use an EZA. I think this is just more of a failure on him when he launched, because I mean, he might have been I didn't play when he launched back in 2018, basically. Well, almost 2019. So, for the time he came out, I mean, look at Namek Super Saiyan Goku, who came out, you know, in a comparable time period, and he's aged way better than this tech hit. But this tech hit's gotta wait, unless they decide to go with a very large sort of celebration for Universe 6, in which case this tech hit can definitely get an EZA. But don't be screaming again for his EZA to come so soon. He's not really usable in today's meta, but you can find some place to mess around with him in, like, you know, Super Battle Road or something because of a stun. But this is a great EZA, and again, the longer you wait for an EZA, the better it will be. So, with that being said, lastly, I would love to see this Super Saiyan 2 Kaba from the free-to-play story event get EZA'd. I think that would be fantastic. They could possibly EZA any of the free-to-plays sort of Universe 6 story event units, like this Vados, or this where's the this STR Kefla, and this Int Super Saiyan 2 Kale, things like that. But Kaba, I think, would be very amazing to have him get an EZA as a free-to-play unit during this event. So, you know, free-to-players get something. Everybody gets the Super Saiyan 2. I mean, not everybody, but everybody gets a little bit of something, right? There's this EZA, the free-to-play EZA, and there you go. So, interesting. She's going to become a beast. Very flexible. That's what she said. Haha, bazinga! I'm just creaming over here in anticipation for this mommy milker to EZA on global. So, without further ado, that's going to be it for me. Let me know what you think of her in the comments. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next video.